Hey guys, welcome to Prince of Peace Tarot. I'm Justin, and today I'll be doing a reading for those of you with Sagittarius placements in your chart. So if you have Sagittarius anywhere within your chart, this reading could resonate with you. And if it does, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated anytime that I put out a reading. Okay guys, so before I jump into your spread, let's say a prayer. Infinite Creator, Olodumare, to my higher self, my Ori, Eshu, Obatala, to the Egun Marine Laye, Holy Spirit, Spirit Guides, to my benevolent ancestors, known and unknown, Florine Williams, Norman Williams, Exius Willie, thank you for allowing me to source the most accurate reading for those with Sagittarius placements in their chart. All right, guys, let's get into this reading. So, that thing with the one row full of reversals thing is happening again. Okay, it's happening in the first row. Okay, the thing is that the energy looks good, but it's really subdued. You guys got a subdued cycle, new start, or form of happiness. Okay, so here, let me show you. You have the World in the reverse, the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, the Empress in the reverse, the Sun in the reverse. I'll say this, on a very mundane level, I'm picking up a lot of relationships, marriage, Empress and Ace of Pentacles could represent pregnancy or conception or a baby. Even the Sun could represent like maybe you're having a boy. But all in the reverse tells me some of you guys are not having a child, don't want to have a child, or you should not have a child with a particular person because the Two of Cups is in the reverse. Whether it be a child, starting a new business, or anything like that. If you're trying to birth something, even of your own thing, it could be saying like you can't do it until a certain relationship ends. Something has to end, all right? That's a big thing here too about endings. You got a lot of tens here, but I'll tell you in a second. But so, Saturn is coming right out for you guys, out the gate, because this Capricorn season is coming up. I told you, Ace of Pentacles represents the winter time. We're almost there. The world governs the world is governed by Saturn. Saturn governs the devil and the world, so Capricorn, okay? And then we have winter right there. So for some of you all, there is a particular thing, like I've always told you guys and keep telling you guys, you're gonna have something really good happen for you in the winter, but there is a particular cycle you do not want to re-enter, or you don't want to start a cycle with the same people or something like that, okay? Because it subdues your creativity. You could miss out for some of you. You may receive something or you may not, okay? And then with the Sun here, it's like, I do feel like this, not as much as what it could have been, what it's supposed to be, okay? What it can be. That's how I feel, right? So do not enter your new cycle with old things. Remember, you have the world is already the start of a new cycle, right? Then you have the Ten of Cups in the upright, Ten of Pentacles in the upright, and the Ten of Swords in the upright. 10, 10, 10, and another 10. You got like 4 tens out here, right? Basically 4 tens. So, give me a second. Yeah. There's a lot going on. And then for some of you, what it's saying is that whether you leave or not, if you stay, there could be a harsh ending, but it will be only for good because both your Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles are in the upright. For your happiness, your stability, actually lead you into the direction where you're supposed to be going. So let's get into your second row. We have the Two of Cups, Ten of Cups, the Hangman in the reverse, 10 of Pentacles, right? Okay, so this is a relationship or friendship or something to do either with your immediate family or your husband or your wife, where that relationship is sort of ending, okay? And you have to view this from another perspective because there's something about this relationship that is a danger to you, that is a danger to your happiness and your wealth and abundance, okay? Definitely look at this from a higher perspective. You have to view yourself in a different way. And guys, as soon as I get done with your third row, I have to do my own confession time with you guys. to sort of convey what I'm trying to say, why you have to look at your life and who you are from a different point of view. So there's definitely a relationship, something ending. Only this is for the betterment of you, okay? Because here we go. We got the Ten of Swords in the upright, the Three of Wands in the reverse, the Magician in the upright, King of Cups in the reverse. Definitely this gives me a husband vibe, but this is also, there's something spiritual because we have the Magician. King of Cups is also a shaman. But this is a harsh ending. This is a delay, okay? This is a delay. Three of Wands, Magician is a very good business person. Male or female, very good. And then the King of Cups is saying you make your business deals based off your emotion and intuition. You have a strong emotion and intuition, but it's right. And that's what you should trust. You should trust your intuition at this time when it comes to making certain deals, all right? But be mindful to have a balanced set of emotions because we don't want your emotions to be confused as your intuition and overrun a decision, all right? So I guess when I'm saying go off your emotion is what makes you happy? You know, where do you find contentment? All right. Not am I nervous about making a decision, because nerves could go either way. You know, it could just be fear and you need to get through fear. But what makes you actually happy? Just because it makes you happy doesn't mean you're not going to get nervous or afraid about doing the thing. So trust your intuition. Right. So this is an ending that needs to occur. Actually, the ending is, even though it's a Ten of Swords, is so necessary because this becomes a challenge. Without this ending, you stay stuck. You don't grow, you don't expand, right? Without the ending, you don't grow, you don't expand. And you're you are really magical, okay? I mean, the manifestation, the business acumen, it's really, really strong in you. Not only that, you are manifesting like real happiness. For those of you who are looking for love relationships and building new families, your Magician sits adjacent to the Ten of Cups. It also sits adjacent to the Ten of Pentacles. It literally is just, all of it is one. All of it is a new start. Magician is 1, 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So something brand new is coming from your hard work, your manifestation, your thoughts, everything you've been trying to build up to this point. Really, your first card is the World. It's a brand new cycle. Saturn is saying, you know, you've learned so much up until this point. Why waste a blessing on old lessons that you've already gone through? Okay, give me a second. One sec. Now, for some of you, there is this thing here with your spirituality, okay? King of Cups is a shaman. King of Cups could also talk about singing, could talk about prayer. And your prayers that is one way that you manifest really, really well. But then it's also sort of this meditative state when I'm thinking about the shaman, okay? So you have this Empress, which is your creative ideas, okay? Your abundance, the things that you need to bring about and birth into the world. The Hangman talks about someone who can actually go and travel different realities, different dimensions, where you kind of grab your ideas, where it's actually coming from, okay? That's what the Hangman is saying, and it literally sits just like this. It's like your ideas, creations come from an alternate place, come down into the Magician to manifest, sitting next to the King of Cups, the shaman, something that needs to be told or said, be brought to the world, literally just like that. But when you are engaged in something old, it's blocking this ability. Now, this is something that I have been warned of for myself. Because listen, okay, not only is it blocking the ability, but there's a lot here about timing. So before I start talking about me, I just want you to get across that the Hangman, the World, the Three of Wands, all of this is like delayed energy. Like something, it either has to stop in order to get this thing going back into the right direction, or something could be missed. Something could be missed. All right. So hold on. Give me a second. Let me put this back. So granted, I had a dream, and it's time for me to atone, to confess, because the dream, I was standing in front of a classroom naked. So it means I need to be honest. And yesterday, I was having my own little breakdown. Okay. And the one thing that I told you guys that I'm really trying hard to do is to stay celibate and also not to masturbate, because that was given to me in a dream not to do that, right? And I was telling you guys about the parasite that I saw in the dream, but I never explained the dream, which I'll do today. But what I'm trying to say with that is, okay, so this is something for me where that's an old thing that I should not be bringing into a new cycle for myself. All right. What ended up happening was yesterday I was getting so distraught and confused about my own journey. And I've noticed for me that when I get mad, upset, frustrated, even happy, like energies come up and I don't know what to do with it. And sometimes the one thing that I have done, which I've been trying not to do, is beat my meat, right? Because it's like, what do I do with this excitement? What do I do with this frustration? I got to do something. You know, I don't know how to let it just roll through me, right? So, and yesterday, when I did it, it wasn't even like a crazy sense of emotion. It was more out of a lack of faith, more of like a sadness, but not a strong sadness, just a lack of faith. And the weird thing was, after I had done it, the one thing that I did was I went and I looked at my chart and to get a better view of me, right? And when I did that, because I look at my chart from time to time, but what I did yesterday was actually look at those signs that govern the house, because naturally, you know, the natural houses are, you know, Aries is the first house, Taurus is the second house. But when you look at your own chart, your first house may not be in Aries. It could be in Sagittarius, or it could be in Cancer. It could be, the houses are different for different individuals, and they all mean something different. So when I looked up the meanings, my whole life was starting to make sense. It even made sense of things that I had been told in readings before about me, about my ancestors, everything. And it's good to get double confirmations, to get a repeated thing, because it makes it real. It makes it true. Something needs to repeat, right? So I said, oh, okay, but this is after the fact, after I've done masturbated. You know, I already done did the deed. And I know that I have to stop that, because it is something that is preventing me from moving forward in my spiritual growth. Sometimes I want to say, like, why do I have to share? You know, why do I'm just a reader, you know, but apparently I'm not, right? I'm not just a reader. There's something else about me that I have to uncover. And that's how I feel here. There's more to you than what you think. And you hold on to something because you don't know the greatness that lives within this Empress and the Sun, right? Okay, it's a vast amount of energy and abundance. And that was the other thing that I learned about myself, because I'm a Taurus rising. So these issues with having a lot of sex or masturbating is because I do have a very strong sexual energy. There's a very strong sexual energy signature on me, but that also is the making of somebody who can be a healer, right? Someone who can be a healer. And I know, I mean, it could be through my words, but it could also be through my energy, right? So in order to do that, I can't clog my energy up. And the celibacy part is easy. It's somewhat easy. Not like I told you guys, those other eclipses that had my energy going, but we were able to overcome that energy. But when you're alone and you're by yourself and, okay, look, I don't have anybody here, then I just go grabbing, that's where I'm falling apart at, okay? And it had become such a thing, because I would say to myself, oh, well, at least you're going this long without it. What's doing it one time or doing it this time kind of thing? And that's not the right thing to do. So let me tell you the dream. A while back, I had a dream where I was standing at the front of a circular pool, right? It was a circular pool. And I was standing here, and then there was a man whose face I couldn't really make out, was standing sort of adjacent to me out in the distance. And then I got into the pool, and immediately when I got into the pool, I was whisked to the deep end of the pool. And I wasn't treading and I wasn't swimming, but I was floating fine. So it was in the dream, it was sort of telling me that's where you belong, on the deep end. You got to go to the deep end, right? And the guy that was at the other end of the pool was not in the pool with me. He was missing, right? So then all of a sudden the dream switched, and I'm standing outside of the pool, and I'm looking at the pool, and the guy, that same guy who was standing across from me, is now in front of the pool, but on his knees, like one knee down, one knee up, and he's holding his hand, you know, trying to protect himself from something. The something that came was the parasite that I had been telling you guys about. So this worm, it started off really, really big as it was coming in, and it actually got smaller as it got towards the man. It was a really big worm with all of these razor sharp teeth, right? And it was huge, but then it got down to size. And when the man was kneeling down, it latched onto his hand, and he started screaming. And he was screaming and screaming for help. And he said, help me. And I said, God, I need you. I can't help him if you don't help me. So I just kept praying in my dream. And as I walked up to him, I kept praying and praying. And then I grabbed the worm. And I swear I could feel the weight and the strength of it, of this worm. And I snatched it off while I was praying. And when I was walking over to a trash can to drop it in the trash, and I could feel this worm moving, the head moving, it in the teeth, the sharp teeth, there was like a liquid spewing, constantly spewing. And when I dropped, this is the funny part. When I dropped the worm in the trash can disappeared, and what I was dropping was my hand from my penis. And I woke up and I was like, whoa. I said, that day I remember I was like, I gotta stop masturbating. I have to stop. Because it's preventing me from going deeper in my spirituality. I could help myself, heal myself, and help others, but I keep allowing a worm to come in and attack me. Now, I'm the type of person that, just like anybody else, just because I get the first dream doesn't mean I'm going, right off on it. Like I said, okay, a couple days or a week I can go without it, but then I'm back at it as soon as I'm feeling some urge. So I had subsequent dreams that were saying, I had a dream there was a knee. I just saw a kneecap, and then something sliced the kneecap, and then out poured worms. And what that was telling me is it's hard to move when you're full of these things, these parasites. How can you move faster, keep moving forward when you're being handicapped by worms? Then I had another dream where there was a worm over my head, and then it was white, and a hand came and then popped it, right? So it was also showing me how worms burrow in the mind, and the mind is your garden. And this is another way that your dreams get distorted, because parasites and different entities can start distorting your dreams. So I've been shown more than once. And yesterday, I definitely had a backsliding moment. And the dream that I woke up with today was to confess it, to tell it. And I don't mind telling it because I want to be done with this. I want to be done with my lack of faith and fear. I don't know what God and my ancestors are pushing me to become, but I know they're showing me how to become it. And I have to have faith, and so do you. I think that's the reason why I got to share it, is that you have to have faith as well in what you're becoming, even though you don't see it. You can't carry things that are comforting to you, okay? Because that's what the world and the Ten of Pentacles represent. It's your comfort zone. See, in this time, there's a lot of people I'm not talking to. There's a lot of people I feel disconnected from. And I know in the loneliness of it, I'm supposed to be connecting to my ancestors, to spirit, and gaining more knowledge, not only in the time that I have to myself, but when I'm allowed to traverse in the spirit realm, right? And they're showing me how I'm making it harder on myself during this time. It's already hard enough to feel isolated, but it's even harder when you're not progressing in the isolation, right? So I'm done with doing that. I'm done, okay? I'm gonna try my hardest to not do that. And I know a lot of you, this is just what I want to say, because when we talk about sex and we talk about masturbation, I'm not saying this stuff to bring shame around it. There's no shame in this. Because the funny thing is, back when I was having a lot of sex, and I used to masturbate every day I came home from work. It was never, especially because, you know, work have you extremely stressed out. So it was my stress reliever. It's not, weed is not my thing. Alcohol is not my thing. It is beating my meat. But like I said, I'm a Taurus rising. So, what was I going to say? So I don't know what your crutches are. That's my crutch. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not trying to bring shame around sexuality. That was my crutch. All right. That's the crutch I need to remove. That's my comfort zone. But when you are, or you have psychic ability, or your psychic ability, well, we all do. We all have psychic ability. But as it is trying to increase and grow stronger, the thing about sex and masturbation is the chemical part of it, okay? And this is what I found out when I was studying. So you know how some people have like trips and different things like that when they are like, you know, taking LSD or mushrooms and stuff. You know, they really are having a spiritual experience, but you don't need drugs to have a spiritual experience. You could literally have one on your own. And that's why you shouldn't overly do it with sex and masturbation, because you release a certain amount of dopamine or too many chemicals that kind of offset the travel experience you're about to have when you go to sleep. It's important to have a good chemical balance in your brain before sleeping in order to get where you have to go to receive whatever message or to communicate with whatever spirit or entity that's ready to communicate with you. You know, it's those times where either I don't do it and I have a very clear, strong dream, or after I do it and I get a strong dream, it's because it's a warning, right? So that's one of the reasons why some of you may feel, if you do feel called to temper your sex life or stop masturbating, that's a reason why. It's because you have a strong sexual signature, okay, that is amped to make you a great healer, okay, and also increase your psychic ability. There are other ways too, and someone had put in the comments about like how to utilize your sexual energy for healing, for psychic abilities, but I don't know how to do that. So right now, the only thing I'm being told to do is stop. Right? So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just sharing my experience. Because I know sometimes when I share things, people think I'm like telling them what to do, and it may come off that way. And I don't mean to be like that, but I do have to share what's going on with me. Okay. So, yes, that is what I wanted to get to you guys. Let me check my notes before I close out on you. Definitely, if this is a relationship or a marriage or a friendship, whatever it is that is holding you back, it's time to let it go. Whatever you're working on, you're going to reap great rewards and benefits from your hard work, but everything is being slowed down and subdued because of some sort of lesson, or either a repeated behavior or a person that you won't let go, or a type of person you won't let go, right? Because some of you may be starting new relationships with people who have the exact same energy from somebody from the past. Okay, they want you to control your emotions at this time as well, because some of you are dealing with people. Like I said, I pick up a sense of violence from some people. Ten of Swords could be like a major betrayal or like a fight or something. So this energy is asking you not to fight anyone if it gets there. Like if they get there, you don't got to get there with them. Okay, so that's one thing not to do. Remember, you're not a victim. And that was the other thing that I had to realize for myself. It's literally having to understand that those lessons that have been hurt and that frustrate me, and that when I think on them, they make me want to do something about it, i.e. masturbate, or like call somebody up, which, you know, I haven't done, but, you know, it's the masturbating part. That is me. Every time I'm doing that, responding to myself that way, I'm affirming my victimhood. Right, let me do something about the pain I feel, because I'm just reaffirming pain by trying to get rid of it, right? So that's how you have to look at whatever you're doing. You know, am I still looking at these lessons as pain, or am I looking at them as lessons, right? Because I'm trying to tell you, unless you change your perspective, hangman, about what happened, the only thing will be just a repeated cycle over and over and over again. So you have to reframe your thinking, which is what I have to do. I have to stop looking at everything that I didn't have control over in the past, that I felt like, God damn it, why did that happen? I have to stop looking at it like pain, like something hates me, God hates me, everybody hates me, or whatever it is. You got to stop that and find all the gems and the lessons you learned from that. Find them all. Right? And let's move on and drop whatever it is that's holding us back, because your future is beautiful. Tens across the board. 10, 10, 10, Empress energy, Sun energy, major vitality. Okay. A lot of creative abundance, God coming in with a blessing. Okay. Your communication, your magical communication, you being able to traverse different realms. All of this is here. All of it is here. But it's, as long as you are willing to take the steps, you know, that are required. Yeah, this is over. Okay. Whatever the past was is over. Let's not repeat it no more. You are making big strides, and some of you have very successful, lucrative ideas. Very, very successful ideas. You're going to do very, very well in business. So rein in your emotions. You're not a victim. Those were lessons. And keep faith. Keep your faith. Keep your faith. Don't drop it. Don't drop your faith. All right, that's what I have for you guys. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, well, what was I going to say? Not that. Guys, if the reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. If you would like to book a personal reading, the link to book is in the description box below. If you would like a recorded reading, which I don't know if I'm going to continue to do those, but I'll say it in this one. If you would like a 30-minute recorded reading, go ahead and email me your name and date of birth. After you pay using Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, I will record your reading and email you guys a link back. Also, the current Patreon playlist is in the description box below. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and join Patreon. The next group readings will be next month, because, you know, we're entering the holidays and I know you guys are busy and don't have time for group readings. So we'll start up again in January. But if you would like to participate in those group readings, go ahead and join Patreon, because that's where the Zoom link will be. All right, guys, I hope you enjoy your weekend and the rest of your day. All right.